भारत का समाज हर दिन सच से दूर होता जा रहा है और इसके लिए एक हद तक हमारा मीडिया भी जिम्मेदार है।
नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं हल्ला बोल। आपके साथ मैं हूं अंजना ओम कश्यप।
हमारे प्रधानमंत्री आम खाते हैं।
ड्रग दो, ड्रग दो, ड्रग दो, ड्रग दो, ड्रग दो, मुझे ड्रग दो, मुझे ड्रग्स दो। वो कहती
In an age where the media is increasingly corporatized, in an age where the media only speaks on behalf of certain groups of people in the interest of only certain groups of people, how do we reclaim the media space? How do we give voices to the masses, to the people who are marginalized in our country?
What happens in India, I feel, a country with such a rich political history where something or the other is happening every day, the world's largest democracy with so much cultural diversity, so many communities, minorities. It's the news that we see every day. There's a constant influx of news articles, of news reports, and all of these issues that we've seen documentaries on in this course. But what really differentiates documentaries like this from normal news reporting is the fact that we get to actually put a face onto people's struggles. We get to know them more intimately.
And it kind of helps all of these repressed groups reclaim their identity and their struggle in a way that's humanizing and empowering, and not diminishing or marginalizing in the least. I think their stories become bigger than life itself, rather than just another article on a newspaper or on a screen. So I think that really is the polarizing power of Indian documentaries today.
The course has been a phenomenal window into the past of, this nation that we inhabit. Most of us in the course, I suppose, were born in the 2000s, and while a period like the 80s or the 90s does not seem like it was that far back, footage of the period reveals a whole different country from what I would expect. Several of the documentaries we have explored over the duration of the course, for example, Jai Bhim Comrade, Ram Ke Naam, When Women Unite, and many more, they establish a foundation for many of the societal issues that we have today.
मजदूर का राज होगा, मजदूर का राज होगा। खाने को खाना होगा, पीने को पानी होगा, रहने को घर होगा, पहनने को कपड़ा होगा। ऐसे राज बुलाना भाई, राज बुलाना भाई, ऐसे राज बुलाना भाई।
The film that I remember the most is Pratiro, directed by Biju Topu. The movie follows the movement against illegal land acquisition by the state government in the village of Nagadi in Jharkhand. And the government illegally acquired this land in order to build a law university. And this land was fertile agricultural land, and in doing so, it flouted constitutional provisions and its own laws. And I think Biju Topu does a fantastic job of showing the people's struggle, right? The people who are facing this loss of land, livelihood, and their cultural legacies are intrinsically linked with the land that they're about to lose, right? They are the tribal population. They are the original inhabitants of the land. There is a development discourse is often framed in terms of paradoxical greater common good, right? But whose common good, right? So I think the visuals from this film, right, just the way that And Biju Topu is a fantastic documentary filmmaker, right? Because he's from the community, right? So he shows his perspectives from the community, and so that adds a really nice depth to this documentary.
ఆడవాళ్ళ జీవితాలు బాగుపడాలంటే ఈ మాల్సా పరిసర ఎంత వైపోవాలి మహిళల పంతో సారాయి అంతం.
So one of the films I really enjoyed watching this semester was When Women Unite by Shabnam Virmani. This documentary narrates the incredible story of the anti-Iraq movement in Andhra Pradesh, which protested against the sales of state-supplied distilled liquor. This 4-year movement, led completely by women, eventually led to the ban of the Iraq sales in Andhra Pradesh in 1995. I think what personally moved me about this story was how the movement began. A group of women who participated in evening literary classes began questioning their oppressed status and how their husbands had fallen victim to a state-supplied liquor addiction.
ఈ ఊరు సారాయంగాళ్ళని ముయించాలనుకుంటున్నాం.
అందుకు నన్ను ఏం చేయమంటారు?
ఈ ఊరి ప్రెసిడెంట్ మీరు, కనీసం అండగా నిలబడి మా ముందు నడవండి.
ఆగండి, ఇప్పుడు నన్ను ఏం చేయమంటారమ్మా? ఒక పట్లం పోయినా ఆ కాంట్రాక్ట్ కి నా చేత డబ్బులు పెట్టాలమ్మా. నేను కూడా పిలకాయలు కలదా నేను.
వీటికి కట్టిస్తాం, ఇంకా అమ్మడానికి లేదు.
I think this documentary derives so much of strength from the fact that it's centered around a few female protagonists, and it takes on a very ground-up approach, which is apt because this well and truly is a grassroots movement. Simple scenes which follow these women while they maneuver unstable and often abusive home environments is what really brings various elements of their identities, such as caste, class, and gender together. It's all at once. It's a tale of gender relations and feminism, democracy and political protest, and the conflicts and economic interests of the individual and the state. And this definitely was one of the most impactful documentaries, Indian documentaries I've seen.
So the documentary which resonated with me the most was actually the first one that we watched in class, which was Ram Ke Naam, or In the Name of God.
Ram Janmabhoomi actually belongs to Hindus. It's all Hindu only. We are all Hindu and we are supporter of Hindu.
आपको लगता है कि ये राम जन्मभूमि बनेगा?
Definitely, 100%.
Ram Ke Naam is a film which I suspect has caused an itch in the neck of many a Hindu fundamentalist. The film follows the destructive path of L.K. Advani and the Rath Yatra that he embarked on, which culminated in the demolition of the Babri Masjid in 1992.
जो स्वप्न देखते बाबर के अरमान मिटा कर मानेंगे अरमान.
And it gives us a side and a view into India of the 90s. So Patwardhan travels all the way with the Rath Yatra to Ayodhya, and he interviews various people across the way, and he documents various political rallies, and that's how the documentary has been shot, and that's how the narrative is framed.
बच्चा बच्चा राम का भूमि के काम का बच्चा बच्चा राम का भूमि के काम का
Focuses on the maybe willful ignorance of the Karsevaks and their propensity to buy into propaganda.
राम जी का जन्म कहाँ हुआ ये मालूम है, मगर कब हुआ ये नहीं मालूम.
नहीं, तिथि के विषय में
कोई जानकारी मुझे देना असंभव लगता है।
आप में से कोई और बता सकते हैं?
ना, ऐसा तो नहीं कह सकता।
आप बता सकते हैं?
जी हम नहीं बता सकते, क्योंकि ये ऐतिहासिक विषय है और इतिहास में अपने आप को पिरो देने वाला ही व्यक्ति उसको उसके बारे में कुछ बता सकता है।
नहीं, आपने पढ़ा होगा ना।
लॉ में अभी हमारा फर्स्ट ईयर ही है, हमने अभी उतना कुछ पढ़ा नहीं है।
So one of the films that we saw throughout the course was a film called Nirnay or Decision, shot by Pushpa Rawat, and this was a very distinctive film for us to watch and engage with because of the filmmaker's position within the film. So it starts off from her personal vantage point, from her personal experiences, and it's a very personal take on how women, especially those living in small towns, negotiate the twin structures of patriarchy and caste in the everyday choices that they make, in the everyday lives that they live. And that's why the title of the film is also pretty important, because it's talking about decision making, and so it's talking about choice or a lack thereof that women have to contest with every single day. So
अच्छा बताइए, क्या सोचा आपने?
आप क्या सोचें?
क्यों?
क्या सोचा? शादी करने का सोचा, क्या सोचा?
मेरे से कैसे होगी?
The most compelling documentary I have seen through this course is probably Vinti Shed. It is a film on sanitation work, and essentially there is an interviewer who follows around Mariamar, who is the sanitation worker, throughout the course of her workday, and we get to know her through the questions the interviewer asks her. It is an incredibly difficult film to sit through, and what this film is able to do wonderfully is that it is able to tell a story of someone who has obviously clearly been oppressed, been marginalized, been taken advantage of by the system, and it manages to tell her story in a way that humanizes her, in a way that actually in the truest sense passes the mic to her. It doesn't turn it into some sort of poverty porn or make her into some sort of caricature we think of when we think about sanitation workers.
We have watched some very notable documentary films covering the Dalit movement and talking about Dalit issues. For example, we have watched Savitri Sisters in Azadi Kuch by the Chalchitra Abhiyan. We have watched Jai Bhim Comrade by Anand Patwardhan, and we have watched the Tamil documentary film called P. Shit. And all these films, they talk about Dalit issues. While they do that, they give a voice to the community to the Dalit community, which is massively underrepresented in the mainstream media.
भगवान बुद्धाने सांगितलं दुःख जिथून निर्माण होतं त्याची कारण शोधा. कारण मनोहर कदमला आदेश द्यायला कोणी सांगितलं? मनोहर जोशीनं, बाळासाहेब ठाकरेनं हा आदेश म्हणून सांगितला. मनुस्मृतीतून आलेला आदेश आहे. कुठून हे विष पेरलं जातं ते विष नाहीसं झालं पाहिजे मुळाचा. 50 वर्ष झाली या स्वातंत्र्याला. आज हे दरिद्रांना गोळ्या खाव्या लागतात. आमच्या 10 लोकांनी बलिदान केलं. विलास भोगरेने आत्महत्या केली. हे बलिदान फुकट नाही जाणार. सत्तेसाठी लढाई नाही, संपत्तीसाठी आपला संघर्ष अजूनही नाही. स्वातंत्र्याला 50 वर्ष झाली तरी आमचं मागणं एवढंच आहे. अरे तुम्ही पण जगा आणि आम्हाला जगू द्या. याच्या पलीकडे काय मागणं?
And what is more interesting is that they not only talk about caste in isolation, but they also take an intersectional approach, right? For example, the Savitri sisters in Azadi Kuch, they covered 2 remarkable women who are not only challenging the caste system, but at the same time are also challenging the patriarchal norms within the Dalit movement itself. This course, appreciating Indian independent documentary filmmaking, tries to explore a lot of documentaries, independent filmmaking, who have over the years, over several decades, have attempted to give voice to the peoples in our margins, to communities who have been deprived representation in our media space, whose stories are not told, whose stories are unheard of. We have looked at these kind of documentaries, these films, and the attempt here is not only to watch a documentary but also discuss, to unravel, to discuss the various social ramifications, the social issues that come up, the structural issues that are highlighted through these documentaries,